What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, and welcome to the next P0420 update video. So, as discussed before, we will be trying out the Vibrant J02 sensor Bung. So that's what we're gonna be trying out, along with the new O2 sensor. So, just got home from work. And what we're gonna wind up doing, so I already got the car kind of up on ramps. Let you guys check that out. So right now we on ramps. So I'm gonna get up underneath there, and we're gonna take out. I'm trying to let it cool off a little bit. So we're gonna take the O2 sensor out, and then we're gonna put in the Vibrant J style O2 sensor Bung. We're gonna put that thing in there and figure out how we're gonna put that thing in there, and then we're gonna put the O2 sensor in there. Like I said, I got that new one. We're gonna put that in there. I'm gonna clear the code, and then we're gonna drive on it, and we're gonna see exactly what happens, or see if we can get a little bit more drive time out of it before the error comes back, or fix the problem entirely. So let's check it out and let's see. All here now. So actually, before we get started, I got some notes, baby. I do want to give out a special shout out and a thanks to make sure I got this right, Ed Chads 7796, because he's a subscriber, man. He kind of threw some comments in there and kind of gave me some information. So I was asking, this guy came up with the information, man. So what he told me was that the stock J pipe is pretty much rated at anywhere from 600 to 700 range. So as far as the sale range, and he also brought me to the attention of another YouTuber that's out there, Joey Mantalanto. I may be butchering this guy's name, but he actually used the J-type O2 sensor Bung, and it actually helped him solve his issue, which also gave me a little bit more information to figure out. And I found out that Perrin is actually coming out with a J pipe. They're working on it. So they were working on it for the VB, because that YouTuber Joey, he has a VB, which he was having an issue with that code, and he actually got they used the J style O2 sensor Bung, and it solved his issue. So that's why we're gonna try it out. But back to what I was saying about Perrin. So I emailed Perrin and I asked, I said, say, I heard that you guys are working on J pipe for the VB WRX, and I was wondering if you guys are planning on working on anything for the VA chassis. And they said yes. So I threw my name in the hat to see if I can, maybe do some testing for them, help them out. You know what I'm saying, Perrin? If you're watching, hey, I'm still available for that. Send it on down. I tested that, but they are working on it. So I'm guessing at some point we should hear something coming out on the grapevine, or hopefully y'all get to hear from me. But so there is that. But for right now, we're gonna try using this J style O2 sensor Bung. So this is how it comes out of the bag. It has the actual the Bung, and has a brass washer. And then it has a nut that goes around right here. This is kind of how it was on there when I saw it. So my assumptions on how this works. This section right here is what's going to screw into the that's what's going to screw into the J pipe. And this is just the brass washer that goes on there to try and keep you from getting any leaks or anything like that. So that's going to go there. I'm assuming that this right here, this nut on here, is kind of how you can how far you put it in and out of the stream. So for me, I'm going to screw this thing all the way down, and then I'm gonna pretty much give it as much, because this is already going to take us out of the stream quite a bit already. I'm gonna tighten it all the way down, screw this on there. But then again, this also, having this on there is kind of how you can determine which way the O2 sensor points as well. It also does it, but I'm thinking it gets you more in or out of the stream, but it also helps you dictate which direction it points in, which we're gonna look at when we get under the car. The O2 sensor is gonna go in on this side right here. It's gonna go in there, and then this washer goes on there, and then at that point we'll clear the code, and then I'm gonna drive on it for a while. I'm gonna monitor it, and I'm gonna see exactly what happens. Okay, so now without any further ado, let me go ahead and get up underneath this car, take the other O2 sensor out, put this new bong in. I'm actually gonna put the O2 sensor in the bong already, and then I can just kind of figure out where I want to put it at, and plug this thing up, and then we can clear the code, and then we can figure out what happens next after that. All right, so here we go. Let's work on is it hot still? Nope, it's not hot. It's kind of warm, but not hot. So let's disconnect the sensor here. So we're gonna pull this guy out of here. There we go. Put him right there. Then we're gonna put our brass washer on our bung here. And then let's, oh, this is not gonna be the easiest thing to put on here, dude, because it is not a lot of space down here for this. Dang, is this even gonna work? All right, y'all, man, I don't know what it is, but something about this edge right, this flat portion right here, the threads are not catching. When I try and screw it into the J-pipe, it's like this thing ain't working. So what I'm gonna try and do here, if I can get this thing to focus, I'm gonna file this flatter, and maybe it'll give me an opportunity, because the beveled edge seems like it sticks out too far. Maybe it's not allowing the threads to catch, so I'm gonna file this down a little bit, see if I can get a little flatter, and I'm gonna see if I can get it to catch. Because right now, even if I do get it to catch, these threads are so long on here. As soon as you try and turn this thing, because this thing is so big, it's freaking it's hitting the coolant line to the thermostat. So if I can get it started way in one direction, I might be able to get it to where it screws in enough to where it'll pass by that. But first, let me see if I can get these threads to catch. So let me file this down and see if that'll work. If not, we're gonna have to try the other bone. All right, y'all, look here, dude. I've been trying to file away at this. I don't know if maybe it's just my J pipe it's just not working. It won't even catch a thread, even though I filed this down. But here's the crazy part. So here's another bung, right? So this is the O2 sensor fits in here, right? So if I screw that onto here, this is what's crazy. I screw that on there and it's fine, it catches. But for some reason, no matter what I do, I try and get this thing as flat as I can, it will not catch the threads on my J pipe. I just don't get it. So I'm gonna have to try this other one. So I'm gonna try this thing right here, and I'm gonna put a new O2 sensor in here, and then I'll see what happens. I'll see what happens after I use that, and I'll see if it freaking if it keeps the error at bay. And while I'm trying this out, I'll see if I can figure out something to get this thing to work, because I just don't know. For some reason, I filed this down because, like I said, the beveled edge on here is pretty thick. I got it pretty flat, but it's just not catching any threads, dude, at all. And I just don't get it. But yeah, let me try that out, man. Let's see if we can get that to work. Because right now, I'm a little bummed out about this thing, man. This might be a bust. Don't even waste your time on it. Unless if I have to take off the J pipe to install this, it ain't even worth it. To go through all of that just to put this on there, screw it. If I got to take the J pipe off, I might as well put the stock one on there and just run with that. But let me try and put this on here and let me see what happens. All right, let's go to the engine codes, troubleshooting, and then we can read codes, but let's reset. All right, it says Code is reset. Turn the engine off. Or turn the key to the off position. All right, let's go here. Go to gauges. And let's start the car. And there we go. Code is gone. All right, so all we got to do now, test drive the car. I'll let y'all know what happens after I drive it. Okay, so right now we're at 27,077 miles. So we'll see what mile we're at once we see if that code comes back or not. All right, y'all, what's up? And it's been quite a few days now, so it's update time. So first off, let me start off by telling and showing you guys what I did with the J-style O2 sensor bone. All right, so take a look at this thing, man. So basically, as you can see, it is shorter, but that's because, if this thing could focus in on it real quick, I cut it. So I cut it. I used first I tried a bandsaw, but the bandsaw that I was using at the time was not that great, so it cut it really crooked. So I finished it off with a Dremel, with a cutting blade, and I made it shorter. So it actually still, I haven't actually had the opportunity to try it out yet. And let me explain why I have not tried this thing out yet. So, how do I want to break this down? Well, first, let me tell you everything I did with, okay, so now I'm getting out. Here I go. I'm starting to bumble and babble all over the place. So I did get this from Vibrant. Now, the other bung that I showed you guys that I did try while I was trying to figure out a fix for this thing, I'll link it down in the description. It's not the Vibrant, but it looks exactly like it. And like I showed you guys earlier, it has inserts. Now the one from Vibrant costs what, 25, 26 bucks, right? Well, I found one a little cheaper than that. It was like 12 bucks. But like I say, it's the same thing, except it just has inserts. So I figured, why not? So I tried that thing out. And I put that in there. I showed you guys, I put that in there, and I put it in there with a brand new O2 sensor. Now, well, that's kind of where I ended up at. So let me tell you what I did do. With the old O2 sensor, because you know what I'm saying, it was still giving me the code. It just took a little longer with the new O2 sensor the last time we tried this. So I said, well, let me see what's up. I put it in there. And of course, when I did put that in there, rode on it, and it took a little while longer, but then it didn't give me the P0420 code anymore. It gave me the same codes I was telling you guys about before. It gave me a P0137 and then the P013B. It gave me those. So I was like, God dog it, man. So I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and do this and put it in there with the brand new O2 sensor. So put it in there with the brand new O2 sensor. And I said, okay, so I tracked my miles. All right. I had to pull up my phone because I took a picture of all this stuff and I did it. So like I showed you guys in the video, I'm trying to refresh my memory because it's been a few days. So it was 30 miles on the trip meter, 30.5, and the mileage on the car at the time was 27,077 miles. So now, this was on the 9th, the 8th. Yeah, the 8th is when I put it in there. The 9th is when I started driving it. So technically it's the 9th. So let me tell you what today is. Today is the 16th. Right. So all together, that was like what, pretty much a week, Tuesday to pretty much Tuesday or Wednesday almost. So what I'm running in the car right now as far as my ethanol content, the ethanol content in the car is 30. I wrote it down somewhere here, 30.4. That's what the ethanol is reading at. So I'm running that in there. That's what I got in there as far as the ethanol. And pretty much, and the miles that are on the car right now, from, you remember I said it was 30.5. Well, I'm at 213 miles, 213.4 miles. So that 213.4 miles on the car. And remember, I took the code off and the code has not come back at all. I was like, I said I gave it a little while because it didn't come back. Cause I was waiting for it. I remember the last time it was like 60 miles. After about 60 miles, when I put that brand new O2 sensor in there, it was fine. Now, before, how I was thinking is that, you know, the O2 sensor that bungs that I'm used to took the thing. It's like it took it completely out of the system and it kind of blocked it off, and it was a way to defeat it. So that is extremely illegal. With this one, it does not. And I'm assuming it's just because, you know, it's a high flow cat, so it's getting like beat the crap out of it. You know, it's getting beat up. So it didn't take completely out of the system, so it's still in the stream and it's still, you know, detecting how the catalyst is doing. So we are good there. And oh, I didn't tell you guys the miles that's on the car. Now let me look at that. It's 27,260. So the car has run, I've gone 182, pretty much 183 miles on the car. Error has not come back. It's completely gone. Car's been riding fine. I have cruise control back. It's I believe we have solved the problem. I think we're good. So it turns out the O2 sensor I had in there before was bad or worn and pretty much on its way out and wasn't doing what it's supposed to do, because no matter what, it's still aired out anyway. So I did not get the opportunity to try this thing out, but I'm kind of cool with it because this thing it's kind of difficult to get in there, and cutting it off was a good idea just for the simple fact that it sits up too tall, so you really can't even spin it all the way without taking a whole bunch of stuff off. And I'm not taking the J pipe off just to put that on, and then it didn't work. But yeah, well, I wouldn't have known. But it looks like our issue is resolved, y'all. So I might be good. Oh man. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm still riding on it, just trying to see if it'll come back or not. Hopefully it does not. But if it does, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And like I said, I still have an ace in the hole of what I can do. So I'm gonna keep that ace in the hole until I completely figure out whether or not I'm gonna have to, well, if the error comes back or not, I'll be able to do that. So now the next thing that I could possibly do just to make sure that it is going away is to go all the way back. Because remember, before I never did get to the ethanol part before it kept airing out. Maybe I'll go back to 93 and run some 93 through the car and see if it still stays gone or not. So it may not be over just yet. I'm still gonna try it out, but as of right now, current setup, the way it's set right now, good to go, no error. The dash just looks perfectly normal, which I like that, because you know, when you're running around, even though the car is running fine, it has that that error, you know, the engine code on there. That light comes on. You don't know if you have any other ones, because that's kind of why I don't want to see that on there. So fam, I guess that's pretty much ooh, man, excuse me. Pretty much that's all I got for y'all on this one, man. So as of right now, the current setup, the way I have it, and I have that bong in there, and it's got no inserts, anything in there. It's wide open, so the exhaust gases are definitely hitting the it's not hitting it like it was before, but it is hitting the O2 sensor, and it's able to take readings because it is reading like it should, and it's switching from lean to rich like it's supposed to. So we're good there. That current setup is working. So if y'all are interested in trying that out, I'll link it in the description. Remember, I told you, just like 12-13 bucks, man. The J style one, I don't know. Maybe it's my carb J pipe that's giving it issues, but I couldn't get it screwed in. So like I said, whenever I get to the 93 octane part and I try that out, maybe I'll give it another attempt to try and screw that thing in there, and then I'll do another update video on that. But that's kind of where that's where we at with it, man. I think we are good to go. P0420 code has been defeated as of now. It's been defeated. If it comes back and, you know, bust me in the face and give me another black eye, then I'll let you guys know. You know, I'm gonna keep y'all in the loop of what's going on, because like I say, I'm gonna be completely transparent with y'all, let y'all know everything that's going on. I'm trying to give you guys an honest description of what I'm going through and what I'm seeing and kind of the stuff that I'm trying out. That way then, maybe some of the stuff that I already put out before, maybe some of those things will work for you. It's just things to try out, to try and give you different things you can use to try and troubleshoot your issues, or kind of a frame of mind to be in when you are trying to troubleshoot issues like this. So I gotta say this here, man, to the whole community, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. Y'all giving me your tips. I got people communicating with me, telling me what stuff that they're trying, you know, what's going on. So man, I mean, I ain't trying to get all you know, mushy with y'all, man. But man, I mean, I love all of y'all, man. I appreciate the engagement from you guys, talking to me, giving me ideas and stuff that you guys have tried or things that I could possibly try out, man. But you know, I'll give them a try and see if we can get there, because you know, together we come up with a fix. But right now, we got a fix, so I'm good to go. So the whole thing was new O2 sensor, and then that O2 sensor bong, and then good to go. So appreciate y'all if y'all made it this far in the video. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, hit all so you get notified whenever I put out a video. And until that next video, fam, peace.